When you look at the sky, have you ever thought about what's out there in space? Well, of course there are so many interesting things about outer space that you may not yet know.
There, everything feels different from what we encounter here on Earth. Planets and stars are just some parts of outer space whose existence has not yet been fully revealed. What is certain is that there is one interesting thing that you should know. In space, sound cannot travel because there is no atmosphere, no roar of waves, no rustle of wind, and no sound of water. Everything was so quiet. Interesting, right? When we think of the awe-inspiring stillness of outer space, we must also be awed by humanity's ability to create technology that allows unlimited communication between the stars. Therefore, we find out more about outer space through the facts below.
Number 1. Outer space and the hottest planets in the solar system. In our solar system, Venus is a hot spot, being the planet with the hottest surface temperature. The average temperature on Venus reaches an unimaginable figure, around 450 degrees Celsius. So, what makes Venus so hot? The secret lies in its thick atmosphere. Venus has an atmospheric layer that regulates its surface temperature. Even though Mercury's atmosphere is very thin and does not have the same ability to regulate temperature well. As a result, even though it is much closer to the Sun, Mercury never experiences more heat than Venus. Number 2, there may be life on Mars. Who isn't fascinated by the possibility of life in outer space? One planet that is often in the spotlight is Mars. Why is Mars so interesting? Well, there is one fact that may be familiar to us: the possibility of Earth-like life on this red planet. Mars is seen as a friendly planet for life. Of course, conditions are not as ideal as Earth's, but there are several factors that make it promising. In the search for life in space, we know that water is essential. And did you know? Mars has strong evidence that water was once abundant there. There was snow, ice at the poles, and traces of flowing water on the surface. Number 3, nobody knows how many stars are in space. Outer space is so vast that it presents a huge challenge for scientists in predicting the number of stars that dot the firmament of the cosmos. We're talking about outer space that extends so far that it takes us into regions of thrilling uncertainty. Even scientists and astronomers find it difficult to provide accurate figures. Just imagine, in our own galaxy, namely the Milky Way galaxy, they can only estimate that there are around 200 to 400 billion stars shining brilliantly there. But, don't stop thinking about just one galaxy. Scientists estimate that there are billions of other galaxies out there waiting to be explored. The thought fascinates us with infinite possibilities. Number 4, Halley's Comet will not orbit past Earth again until 2061. The first time, this comet was discovered by a scientist named Edmund Halley in 1705. He watched the sky with eyes full of curiosity and found something that amazed him. This comet has the unique characteristic that it is only visible once every 75 to 76 years. Imagine, like a guest who only appears on very rare occasions. But don't worry, this comet won't hide from us forever. Number 5, one day on Venus is like more than a year. Another interesting fact about space is Venus. Venus has a very interesting characteristic: its axial rotation is so slow that it takes a long time, 243 Earth days to be precise, for Venus to complete one full rotation. Just imagine, we on Earth only need about 24 hours for one day, while Venus spends almost 9 months. But that's not all. Let's look at the orbit of Venus around the Sun. The time it takes for Venus to complete one rotation of its orbit is equal to 225 Earth days. Well, this is very surprising. Why? Because this means that one day on Venus is equivalent to more than a year on Earth. So, if we lived on Venus, we would experience extraordinary phenomena. Time moves at different speeds, changing our perception of days and years. Every day on Venus will feel so long and slow, like experiencing an unpredictable passage of time. Looking at the amazing facts we have discussed, it cannot be denied that outer space is a region full of wonders that have yet to be fully revealed. Its greatness and uniqueness continues to be studied by scientists and astronomers. There are so many interesting facts that are still covered in a fog of mystery, waiting for us to uncover them. Let's learn more. That's the discussion about interesting facts from outer space. What do you think of this discussion? Do you like this video? If you like it, please provide comments and support by pressing the subscribe, like, comment and share buttons. See you in the next video. Thank you.